They've won 4 straight games coming out of finals week. We'll see if they can keep it going here today.
All right, Joe, thank you very much for your first report. Division III, Lafayette has not lost to a Division III program in 27 years. The only loss that Fran O'Hanlon has experienced was his first year as the head coach at Lafayette, and that was a 70-69 loss to Swarthmore, December of 1995. So, John, there is a little pressure on the Leopards to win this one, and that's a pretty good way to start as you look at the Griffins starting lineup.
Aziz Parker is the guy who leads them in scoring, but, Gary, you'll see they spread the floor essentially 5 guards. This is a small, quick team, and they'll take the first 3 that they see. They are not bashful, leading their league annually in 3-point shots.
They are good shooters of the basketball. They just don't have a lot of size, although they went and got that rebound for a second opportunity on the miss by Aziz Parker. Parker, as you get a look at the Lafayette starters, no change there since 10 days ago. Parker, who took that shot as the leading scorer on the team, he'll take another one here and not get either one of them. 17.5 a game. He's actually 6th in the conference. They play in the Atlantic East Conference. He's 6th in scoring, number 1 in 3 percentage, and number 1 in threes made, so he can shoot. Back outside, thinking about it, was Neil Quinn.
They are perennial winners at their level in their league. And again, as Joe pointed out in the pregame, it's a funky time of year. Practice sessions are sporadic, and it's a big game when you're a Division III school coming into the home of a Division I. You want to get that big guy on your schedule.
Bad pass by Neil Quinn leads to him sitting down, and Chris Rabayo coming in, and Rabayo is going to commit a foul here. Rabayo with his first, obviously the team's first foul.
You'll see a great little shot fake right here by Spencer. He's a lefty and got Chris Rabayo up off his feet, then used his quickness to get to the rim and draw the foul.
2 coaches tonight, 47 years of experience. John Barron in his 20th season, 350, 162. Fran O'Hanlon in his 27th year as head coach, 352, 412 coming into this season. As that shot doesn't go by Donovan Spencer. He's a 71% free throw shooter. As a team, they're pretty good from the foul line as they shoot 75%. Against Ryder, they played Ryder on Monday. They did not shoot really well in that game.
They only down 13 at halftime, and the size and speed of Ryder took over in the second half. But, Gary, they're down by Philadelphia, and they get a lot of players from that region that bigger schools sometimes miss out on. Boy, I'll tell you, that young freshman's doing a job early.
Watch CJ before the game tonight, and he was knocking everything down, and it made me wonder, why doesn't he shoot a little bit more? He has not been a selfish freshman by any means. For him, that was his 11th triple, and he knocks them down at 31%.
With this Gwynedd Mercy, it's a good test for Lafayette because they're going to get an offensive foul on a high screen by Spencer. But, Gary, they spread the floor, and it's going to challenge Lafayette defensively. Again, I don't mean to suggest that Gwynedd Mercy is favored in any way or fashion, but it's a good test for Lafayette defensively.
Little pressure, but not much, just token. From the corner, well, we missed the 3 that time. That one taken by Leo O'Boyle. Quickly down the floor comes Matt O'Connor. Well, there was a shot waiting to happen for Ty Jones, and he didn't catch the ball cleanly enough to put it up.
So subtlety, but I'll tell you what, throwing an accurate pass means the difference between an open shot and a missed opportunity. But you see their cuts. There's a lot of good stuff they do, and that's one thing they do.
Manny Clark knocks down his 13th of the year. He hits him at a good percentage, 35% coming in. Manny averages 11.5 a game, leads the team in steals with 18 of them. They have 4 guys in double figures, Jones, Clark, Spencer, and Parker.
Time they fronted the post and they came away with a steal. You got to get back defensively against these guys. They're going to push it at every opportunity.
That's Ty Jones who scores at 6'6".
We talked about the time of season and the kind of game this is, and what you don't want to do is lose the emotional edge. Lafayette just coming off exams, trying to refocus here.
And the Leopards desperately need a win. Oh, there's an easy layup that's just not made. After the 10-day layoff, the Leopards looking for a victory as it's been a while. They've lost 4 in a row.
Aziz pulled up, Gary, and that was down, halfway down, and they, again, a little slow getting back defensively. They average, I think, 33s a game, and they really shoot a lot of them.
They have made 109 now at 36% up and in. That should be rather easy tonight for Neil Quinn. We expect to see a little bit more of that. Went to the bench early on a bad pass. Learned his lesson, back in for Coach O'Hanlon.
Trying to do the math here. Manny Clark was matched up. He's 5'10", and Neil is 7 feet. Is that 14 inches? I think it is.
That's a bucket is what that is.
Yeah, it sure is.
That should be an easy basket. Step back, nice step back. Shot put up by Jones, no. But the ball ends up in Aziz, his hands, and Aziz will put it up and in. Aziz Parker with the bucket. He has had 6 20-plus games this year, so he can light it up.
And right now their quickness, as Kyle Jenkins launches one, their quickness is doing a job for them on the boards.
Fulton, he's got 2 in a row. 6 points for CJ.
You called it, Gary, that pregame shooting exhibition was no premonition, was no, what do you call it? Aberration.
Well,
Aberration. Help me out here.
Put an IO in on anything you want.
You're the English teacher. I'm looking for you. Bail me out here.
Well, no, he made them in practice, so it's not an aberration.
Exactly, I know. Apparition.
I don't know what you're trying to say. I never know what you're trying
There's
to
a
say.
word in there somewhere.
Inside, that's where they need to go.
Yeah.
Up and in, Neil Quinn. He's got 4, both easy.
Absolutely no answer for the inside game of Lafayette. The Griffins, a much smaller team. Again, look at them spread the floor. Their spacing this is a well-coached basketball team.
Yeah, there's a lot. They really do spread it out nicely with their size. That helps with any back cuts. There's a nice little handoff. Manny Clark, drop it off. They all can shoot from beyond the arc. That one doesn't fall, taken by Donovan Spencer. And the Leopards want to run a little bit. Whoa, how about the Euro? Euro step. Leo O'Boyle up and in.
Yeah. O'Boyle with a long Euro step. Gary, you're right.
Almost to Asia.
I know. I'm trying to Emerald Island because he's Irish. I'm trying to think of something appropriate, but
put an ION on it.
I know.
From the corner, it's Jones. Jones puts it up, doesn't fall. Rebound by Ty Perry. Tyrone with his head up. And Tyrone will hold things up, set things up.
You run selectively if Arcadia or if Gwynedd Mercy is slow getting back. Lafayette.
And the Lafayette impact players for tonight's game.
Well, got to be Neil Quinn at 7 feet tall. He's got a huge size advantage. If things kind of go flat for Lafayette, all they have to do, and we've seen it already, is just throw the ball inside to the big guy.
Neil Quinn right now is in the top 13 in Patriot League categories, 5 of them. Top 13. That shot by Verbinskis doesn't go. Fulton's going to get called for a foul on the wrist. Lafayette's second team foul, both teams with 2 team fouls.
Matt O'Connor getting up on that rebound, and again, it's another illustration that this team is a well-disciplined team. That was a long rebound, but from the guard spot, O'Connor had good defensive position.
Keith Otto in the game. He wears number 4 for the Griffins. Way outside, that one in and out, doesn't go. Oh, Rabayo had it slapped away from him, and Otto, Johnny on the spot, he comes in, the young man from Langhorne, Pennsylvania, drops it in.
5 guys are going to rebound for Gwynedd Mercy, and they have to because they're small, and that time, Otto did a nice job finding the loose ball.
Verbinskis takes it to the hole. Ooh, thought there was a foul there, and there was. Foul will be called on Justin Collins, his first, team's third, and that will send Verbinskis to the line where he is 1 for 2 on the season.
Justin Collins represents what little size the Griffins do have. He's listed at 6'7".
Yeah, and Lafayette 0 for 1 from the line. That's their first foul shot. They come in shooting 75%.
For the game, you and I, Gary, talked a little bit about Lafayette's depth. Fran likes to rotate 8 and sometimes 9 players, but Tomas Verbinskis is someone I think that Fran was hoping would emerge more than he has. If Tomas starts playing well, it'll be big for the Leopards.
Came in as a good outside shooter. We just haven't experienced that very often so far since coming on campus.
If this offense is familiar, think Princeton.
Oh, nice job, Rabayo with the block. Taking it inside was Otto, and he couldn't get it over Rabayo. Leopard's good ball movement. Tyrone waves everybody the other way. Irvin, that doesn't go. Rebound inside. That's a walk. Ooh, got away with the walk. Did Sonberg. That shot does go. So Verbinskis gets a second opportunity, knocks down his fourth triple of the year.
That's a good sign, Gary, because sometimes if you're a shooter, all you need to do, and it doesn't matter who you're playing against, you got to feel the ball go in the basket. And sometimes that can get you going.
You're wondering what a griffin is. It's a legendary creature with a body, tail, and back legs of a lion.
Long
So
one.
that's a pretty good mascot, I would think.
Yes, it is. Long one that time by Clark did not go down, and
That
here
one
they
did
come.
not fall for John Brantley. How about a 2-on-2? Well, you're not going to stop Aziz. Somebody has to stop him. Nobody does. And the follow-up, they're doing a good job getting the ball down the floor quickly after a rebound.
We talked about them being such a good shooting team, Gary, but they used their quickness well. Brantley, can he keep it going? Nope.
Well, they're back to within 7. From the corner, and that one rattled around, would not fall for Parker.
Boy, Parker, you don't want to make a living that way. Parker, we talked about his numbers coming in, and he had a wide open look that time.
Rabayo. Perry, there's going to be a moving screen on Rabayo. That's his.
That he's coached over the years.
Great report, Joe. Thank you very much for that. And you're right. You know, when the young man, like we said, 5 categories, he's in the top 13 in the Patriot League. And he also, by the way, has 9 steals on the season.
Tip of the cap to Coach Hurley, and boy, you can tell when you watch him play, he's well schooled. Wow.
And that one stays around, and Matt O'Connor has his first bucket. And it's a 5-point lead for Lafayette.
You talk about Neil Quinn passing the basketball, you know, and the similarities between what Fran O'Hanlon does offensively and a coach like Pete Carrill and even Butch Van Bradikoff, my former mentor. Our best teams were led in passing by great centers. Matt Roberts from Emmaus, the year we beat Notre Dame, Matt Roberts led our team in assists. Here's a steal out front.
Here goes Matt O'Connor. He got the steal. And here they come on the break. That's a walk.
Little too
So
quick.
they turned the ball over on a little chihuahua as the feet got moving a little bit too quickly.
You're hanging around me too much. Now, come on, man.
John, I was just going to have you explain. The Leopards were out there with no center, those 5, but now Neal comes back into the ball game. So I'm sure we'll see that set again simply because Rabayo has 2 fouls.
Well, depending on the personnel, Frank can go 3 out with 2 posts. He can go 4 out with 1 post. If there's no legitimate center out there, he can bring all 5 guys out, and the system doesn't change that much.
There's one knocked down by Sonberg. That's a triple for Eric. Eric has his 6th of the year. Leopards with 5 threes in the ball game.
Sonberg started the year out as one of the starting 5 while C.J. Tompkins was getting his feet wet at this level, and Sonberg is one of those guys that can provide some depth for Lafayette.
Who's C.J. Compton? You mean
C.J. Fulton. What did I say, Tompkins? I know. It's close enough. People know me. They know what I mean.
That's right. Easy rebound for Quinn. Even without the box out, he would have had that one, but he had a great box out there. Leopards by 8. Largest lead has been 9. Wide open. Jenkins. Back of rim, no, and there's the big guy. Ooh, squeezes it in. He's got 6.
And I almost feel like I was cheating making him our impact player.
Yeah, that
It's
was
just
pretty
a
easy.
little too easy.
Pull up, as that won't go for Parker. Leopards up by double digits.
And I almost feel like oh, that's a nice fake by Sonberg. Can he get 2 in a row?
No, he cannot. Back of iron, they're going to lose the ball. No, they don't. Good hustle.
And I almost feel like I'm cheating by not getting Tyrone Perry involved as our impact player because really, with Lafayette, his leadership as a senior point guard, everything really goes through him.
See, that's what I like about you. You
I know.
usually end up criticizing yourself. So I just sit
Yeah, I
and
know.
nod my head.
Well, oh, there's a nice little back cut. Yeah, but well, if I
Give you
get
the
this.
answer a bit later. Leopards right now with their largest lead of the basketball game. They're up by 10, 7:53 to go, first half. That shot, no, a little bit short. Another Neil Quinn rebound. Perry quickly down the floor.
Gwynedd did a better job that time getting back defensively.
Kyle Jenkins, yeah. Got that little jab step, puts it up and in.
Jab, step back, and it's no accident. I mean, watch Lafayette practice. They have something called a pre-practice. That's when players come down, and it's exactly what they work on. Pre-practice is all individual skills.
7 Leopards have scored in this game. O'Connor wants to go, runs into a lot of trees. Out of the corner, that doesn't go. They're not making the threes, and that was the difference against Ryder. They just could not get that ball to fall for them.
That's a great.
Jenkins inside, can he do something? Sure, why not go to the other side, reverse that layup.
Terrific pass that time by Fulton, Gary, because he threw that ball directly to the open hand, and Jenkins had the easy finish.
Leopards by 14. Mike McCants is in there, number 15, a 6'6" sophomore out of Newark, Delaware.
They remain ice cold from downtown. Before that timeout, they were 1 for 9. I think they're 1 for 11 at this point.
You're gonna get a foul called here on a Griffin.
I think it's 15. I'm not sure. Is that correct? Is it?
Foul was called on Peebles, I believe.
Number 3 is Peebles.
Peebles is 5'10", out of Chester, PA.
Not a bad basketball school,
No.
Chester. Play some ball down there.
They got a young man from Archbishop Ryan on the team. As John mentioned, Philadelphia can be the mother lode for high school and college basketball players. Kyle Jenkins now has made 3 straight buckets. He's got 6.
Lafayette is just dominating inside right now.
Pull-up jumper, that was easy for Mike McCants.
A little 15-footer. Look good doing it.
CJ, back outside, Kyle again, another one? No, not this time. We're gonna get a foul here. This is gonna be called, I believe, on McCants. I think he grabbed Quinn as he was headed for the rebound.
That's a good job by Neil to stay active, Gary. Sometimes guys will get rebounds that come to them. The thing about Neil is he's learning how to anticipate better, and he really pursues the basketball off the glass, and that time he forced the hold by Gwynedd.
John Brantley back in the ball game, gives Tyrone Perry a little bit of a rest. John's had some good ball games, 19 against NJIT, that was his career high. John's a good offensive basketball player.
Yeah, he is, and another one of those players that Fran is hoping will find his stride as Patriot League play begins. Look at that pass.
How pretty. CJ Fulton, little crossover, dipsy-do, drops the ball off the Neil Quinn.
Quickly into the front court. Don't let him get started now.
That's Ty Jones.
They can all score the basketball, but I'll tell you what, CJ Fulton is such a clever player. He's going to be fun to watch develop.
Jenkins again, he's got an advantage height-wise, and again he goes around but can't drop it. Rebound Spencer. Jones thought about it.
Look at that
That's
pass.
a nice pass. And we're going to get a foul here as getting shoved.
It's one of those calls, Gary, that if the ball goes in, maybe the call's not made. It was certainly a push. But watch this pass. Oh, that's just clever. That is, boy, is there anything prettier than basketball than a clever pass?
Nice little low pass. You just pick it right up. Foul was called on O'Boyle. And at the foul line is Donovan Spencer, 1 for 2 in this one, 71% free throw shooter. He's had 4 double-doubles this year already. So he can fill up the stat sheet. The only Griffin to go to the line tonight. He had 11 points, 14 rebounds against Alvernia, 13 points and 10 rebounds against Goucher. That's a school I've never heard of, John.
Goucher, down by Maryland. Oh, yeah. That's
Okay.
good. Goucher is, I think it's a school for the, no, Gallaudet is the school for the deaf, which is a great story if you ever have a chance to look up Gallaudet. But no, Goucher's good, good little Division III program.
Perry back in there, gets double teamed, so he gets it back to Rabayo playing. He stepped out of bounds, playing with 2 fouls. Bio had the right idea. He just ran out of space. Lafayette has turned the ball over 4 times. The Griffins have turned it over just a couple of times. They turn it over 13.5 times a game. That's not too bad. Lafayette 12.7 per ball game. Colgate is up next, January 1st. We'll be here for that one, 2 o'clock.
Just about to make reference, Gary, that about the Colgate game and the Patriot League starting off. This is a good game for Lafayette just to get them back in the swing of things as Patriot League starts.
This is where they almost always place a Division III school right after final exams on their schedule, getting ready for the conference. The women were supposed to play this afternoon, and that ball game against LIU was postponed very late today. Perry puts it up and in. Tyrone with his second triple of the game.
Great ball movement, all started by the dribble penetration of John Brantley along the baseline, finding open people, and the ball moves very well.
They'll take on American at 2 o'clock. The women will open with Colgate, I believe, on the 30th.
Up in Hamilton, I believe.
29th. So on the 29th, they'll play at Colgate. Here, it's 16 points in favor of the Leopards.
Gwynedd Mercy came out with a little set.
Ooh. They earned that one, John.
He sure did. Wow. I thought he got fouled the first time, but that's just a great set. That was Mike McCants, the sophomore at 6'6". And, you know, we've seen them spread the floor, Gary, a lot, but that time out of the timeout, they kind of ran a set play, double screen down low, and the whole thing was designed as the last option to go to McCants inside, and he did a nice job rebounding the pass and finishing.
That was called on Rabayo.
You know, Gary, and that was not a misplay on words. I'm telling you that coaches will tell big guys, when you go to get a pass, if it's a lob pass up in the air, you have to go after that pass as if it's a rebound. So many times you see big guys wait for that ball to get to them, and a good defender will step in.
Foul shot is a no for McCants. That was only the second foul on Rabayo, so they had given a foul to Verbinskis that we thought was on Rabayo.
I'll tell you what, Manny Clark is matched up with Leo O'Boyle giving up over. Look at that pass. Oh,
ready, Fulton from.
Guess who?
Neil Quinn.
When you have a big guy, you bring the big guy away from the basket, that means the other team's center is away from the basket. That means the middle's open. And if you got a big guy that can pass the ball, that's what happens.
How'd that pass get through? Went through 3 Leopards, had a wall set up, and somehow it got through anyway. Pretty quick rebound by Clark. Manny Clark gets the rebound, gets the bucket.
I like that guy. The more I watch him, he goes after the biggest dog on the other team. And now he's matched up with Tyrone Perry, and he's breathing a sigh of relief.
Here we go again. McCants.
I think you got to walk, yeah. Fran doesn't like it, neither does Neil. I think he might have moved both feet at the same time. Neil likes that little spin move to the baseline. Let's see if we can see his feet.
No, there was a little stutter step
there.
there.
Just ever so slightly.
Give him the dunk.
Yeah, I know,
Dunks
right?
are hard enough to get. Neil looks around, says, who, me?
And I know he's way too young and I'm way too old, but C.J. Fulton, I mean, who does he remind you of? I mean, they're going to get Tyrone, I think.
Tyrone kind of ran into him.
Yeah.
And called the foul.
But if you talk to C.J. Fulton, he wouldn't even know who Steve Nash is, I don't think. But, man, the more I watch C.J. Fulton, put a little film clip of Steve Nash up against him, the way he comes off that pick and roll and finds open people, just clever.
That is Justin Collins on the line. He's now 5 for 10 on the year. Justin, good size, 6'7". He's in his post-grad year. 1 out of 2. Another rebound for Quinn. He now has 7.
As soon as Tyrone crossed half court, he saw the defense. He saw them kind of lagging, and no one was picking him up. There was no communication, and Tyrone knew that he was going to launch that one.
He has 3 threes in the game. Steal by Quinn. Nice pass, Fulton inside. Pretty good steal. Never got the ball in the air. Manny Clark was all over it. Down the floor. Oh, no call. Oh, my.
We're letting him play. John,
Oh, wow.
John Barron can't quite believe it.
I can't either. He got mugged.
Great
CJ.
pass. Yeah, why
Bring
not?
it up.
Conversation over there.
Little hand waving.
Yeah, Sharita Freeman not doing a too bad job locally either. Big hire for Lafayette. If you haven't heard, of course, if you've been under a rock somewhere. John Troxel, our new football coach. Exciting local hire.
Good guy out of Phillipsburg. That shot won't go. Neil Quinn just kind of cleared things out there, but the Leopards didn't end up with a basketball.
Lafayette came out on a 1-3-1, and now with that offensive rebound, they have to communicate.
Good job, Fulton. That time he went with the back cut perfectly. Jenkins inside, he'll get an easy one. Oh, he'll get fouled too. Basket is good. Ty Jones will commit the foul.
And again, Gary, I think that little sequence right there was an illustration of why this is a good game for Lafayette. Obviously, Gwynedd Mercy is overmatched on the inside, but you know how you get to that point, moving the ball, finding the open person, creating the best angle to enter the ball, all those little things apply no matter who you're playing. So again, it's a good game going into the Patriot League season for the Leopards.
Shane Ford in the lineup for the Griffins, 6'4", senior, Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. Where's number 31? Kyle, 56% from the foul line. He wants to improve on that. And drops it.
Yeah, because he's going to be there. He plays a lot around the basket. And, yeah, Kyle's got to be efficient. Lafayette historically is a very efficient team from the free throw line. They stay in the 1-3-1 zone now. Fran probably wants to take a look at it and do some work with it in case he has to use it during league play.
Got a good lead, up by 22. Good time to experiment with the playbook, both on offense and defense.
10 to shoot now.
Griffin's having a lot more problems with Lafayette than they had with Ryder.
That's a
knocking it out of there. Nice job by Ford.
He couldn't get the ball, gave him 20 seconds more to look at it. That's a problem when he walked that time. But, Gary, that's where you want to attack the 1-3-1 is either from the short corner or from the high post. The ball can't go to the post in the 1-3-1.
Well, the Leopards will have the final possession. See if they play for one. Another good thing to work on, John.
Oh, yeah, no question about it. You know, you want to just use this game as a, and no disrespect at all. I mean, I'm impressed with what Gwynedd Mercy does. Well-coached team. But Lafayette plays at a different level, and this is a good game for them to work on things and get the feel of being on the court again.
Going to get a foul here on Shane Ford as he was holding Neil Quinn, and Neil will go to the foul line and get a 1-and-1. Neil has 8 points so far. He also he's 4 for 4 from the floor, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. So he is once again filling up the stat sheet. Coming off a game where he had 21 points and 7 rebounds against Princeton. No, was really disappointed in his night.
You know, I remember Butch Van Bredikoff telling me one time, you know, in the old days they called the center or the post guy the pivot man. And he may not be the pivot man, but he's the pivotal man. When you run this kind of offense, he's the hub, and everything revolves around a big guy who can do all those things.
CJ will get a rest. Eric Sonberg back in for Lafayette. CJ with good minutes, got his career high in the first half. Tied it. Way outside, good if it goes, rattles around, won't drop. Lafayette ball with 1/10 of a second. So we're going to go in at the half with the Leopards doubling up on the Griffins of Gwynedd Mercy. A reminder, coming up will be stats, will be highlights, and our interview with Al Jenkins, CJ Fulton, Leo O'Boyle, and Neil Quinn.
The only bad thing I'll say about Bernie is he was at LaSalle College High School helping coach there when Chipper Greenberg was there. We're trying to recruit him, and he couldn't get Chipper to come here. Chipper went on to have a great career at LaSalle.
Well, you should have let somebody else
I know.
do the recruiting.
I know.
Maybe.
Oh, we had a lot of fun. early, mid-'80s.
There's the right idea there on the back cut, to pass a little bit too far or the cut a little too slow.
You know, they do that a lot, Gary, but Lafayette has seen it. We play so many schools, particularly Princeton, and, you know, Fran has seen it throughout his career, so Lafayette is well-schooled in defending the back cut, but I can just see that those cuts working with so many of the opponents that Gwynedd Mercy plays. There you see them going inside.
Neil Quinn got mugged by Ty Jones. That's Jones's third foul. And that one out of the corner won't fall for Leo. And the rebound out of the pack quickly is Manny Clark. Manny wants to go end to end, and he does.
I tell you what, Manny Clark, I don't know. If I have a favorite player for Gwynedd Mercy, we're kindred spirits. We're both about 5'1".
Way outside Kyle Jenkins, though. But there's Neal to just tip that one in. Neal now with 12 points. Leading scorer in the ball game.
Another high screen.
Pull-up jumper. Left-handed shot won't go for Spencer. Rebound by Parker.
Parker's been quiet offensively.
Yeah, he only has one field goal. I mentioned he came in number 6th in the conference in scoring. They just have been awful from beyond the arc, as they are 1 for 13. And they're a team that came in shooting 36%. That one doesn't go. In fact, they're first in the league in made threes, first in percentage threes, first in the league in foul shooting percentage, second in the league in scoring, and first in the league in defense.
But you know, Gary, you move up a level, and everything moves just a little quicker as we see O'Connor misfire on a long three. And there you see the push-off by Jenkins.
First team foul against Lafayette. Looking to do something with it is Ty Jones. So he goes around Jenkins. Pretty nice move. Good step with the dribble.
So quick off the dribble.
Fulton down inside Jenkins. CJ was open. Decided not to take it. Come on, Leo. Ooh, that one was ugly.
Another rebound for Big Neal. Why not, CJ?
Hasn't missed yet. He has not missed tonight. That's his 4th triple of the game.
Did you say something about that before the game, Gary? Remember, you saw him shooting it. Another block shot. How about Neil Quinn just checking off all the boxes tonight?
By the way, CJ Fulton now has a career high, 14 points. He wants to be our player of the game.
Talked about, you know, Lafayette's offense coming together. Fall away jumper. Not there, another rebound by Neal.
So he now has the double-double. That should be his 10th rebound. Jenkins.
Now that's got to be his assist. I hope they give it to him because we're looking for a triple-double from Neal. He had 5.
Another double-figure score. He did. He's got 6 assists, 10 rebounds, and he's double-figure in points. Ooh, I'd have to look and see if he's ever had a triple. Triple. He's going to sit for a little bit. Rabayo back in.
You can see the look of frustration on Aziz Parker's face, and John Barron, coach, just clapping his hands, giving him encouragement. It happens sometimes. You know, a lot falls on your leading scorer when you're playing up a level.
John Barron has taken his team to the conference playoffs every year since he's been there. And they were ECAC champs in 20, 5 total championships. He's the 24th winningest active coach in Division III. So they'll be just fine once they get to the Atlantic East.
That's going to be
Jenkins,
an offensive.
did he walk?
I think an offensive foul. But Gary, you know, you look at the scoreboard, and despite that, you can tell a lot about a team and their coaching staff by how they play for 40 minutes. As there you see Kyle just kind of lowering his shoulders. This team continues to play hard. They play hard and smart. They're overmatched physically. But again, it's a good opponent at this time of year for Lafayette because they're going to challenge them.
John, let's look at this game from the other side. Oh, look at that block by Rabayo. Is this a good game for Gwynedd Mercy?
And that's a great question because it all depends. And I think it is because of the way they're responding. We saw their game against Ryder. It was a different style of game. Ryder's a different style team than Lafayette. I think these kids, they seem to be mature enough and they seem to be smart enough to take this game for what it's worth, just as Lafayette is.
Another Rabayo block. I'm not sure we mentioned this, but this tonight is an exhibition game for Gwynedd Mercy. It is a real schedule game on the schedule for Lafayette. So Lafayette will get credit for the win, and Gwynedd Mercy will not make this part of their season record. And that's more about Division III versus Division I. Shot clock violation.
But again, your point is well taken. You know, when you look at these games from the perspective of a coach, and that it goes back to your ability as a coach to communicate the right message to your team. That's an effort play right there, Gary. That's an effort play, and that's what I'm talking about.
Are you talking about Jim Ostwald, who made the catch, the referee?
Well,
he made a great
too.
grab of that play. Nice job
Quick
by Jim.
reaction.
There it is. Boom. Good job, Jim.
Kind of stuck to him. I don't think he had any choice. That's it's like catching a Brett Favre pass. It's like you either catch it or
that was a protective catch.
Yes, you either catch it or it hurts you.
Jenkins on the out-of-bounds play, no. We'll wish you a happy new year with a good Patriot League basketball game. And the women are home on the 2nd. So we'll be busy.
And it all
start 22.
Yeah, it all starts getting for real. They got a mismatch if they want inside.
Way outside. That's O'Connor. Matt can't make it. Jenkins went up above everywhere. I'll tell you, once you bring the ball down, though, they are slapping at it. Nice block by Jenkins.
Yeah, you're right, Gary. They are just all over that ball. They don't quit.
Losing it is Isaiah Thompson in there for the first time. Way out, step back by O'Connor. Matt puts it through the bottom of the hole for 3. They finally make a 3. That's his 19th of the year. Just their 2nd of the ball game, 2 for 19.
Yeah, that's the story of the game for them, Gary. They had to make shots to stay in this game.
Jenkins can't quite get it over the front of the rim.
But you can tell O'Connor has shot that ball with confidence, and he looked really good doing it.
Oh, he wants to get some points right now. He's taking the last 3 shots. That one is a no. That's Isaiah Thompson out of White Plains, New York. Averages a couple of points a game.
I think Fran wants to get these guys at the guard spots some activity in case he needs them.
Kyle doing everything he can to get 2 points and cannot. Quickly down the floor, Ty Jones. Oh, pretty nice move, and he'll get hammered. Jones will go down on a knockout punch by Brantley.
Well, you can see their eyes get big in transition. They love, and they're very creative at the end of it. Here you see Jones on a step through. He's their 2nd leading scorer, so he's capable. Lafayette has done a good job defensively with their go-to players.
Jones at the foul line is 76% free throw shooter, has not been there tonight. Harlem, New York is where Ty is from. Came in averaging 11.3 points.
When my nephew, who is now at Oswego State as the head coach, his first head coaching job was at a little school in upstate Pennsylvania called Keystone College, and he played a lot of these guys. And I'm telling you, we used to go up and watch him play, and I tell you what, some of those games with these little bandbox gyms, and these guys would go up and down the floor, and man, they could play. And you can just imagine Gwynedd Mercy against teams at their level. They do some nice things.
They'll be just fine when they get into conference play. Came in with a good 8-3 record. They had won 4 in a row before they hit a rider. Mentioned they won 6 out of 8. Now the ball just gets away from Thompson. Had it slip through the leg. Here we go again. Oh, nice hands by Sonberg. Good hustle, follow.
That's a good find by Aziz Parker.
David West in the game. He wears 23 for the Griffins.
So that find was by Spencer, and now Spencer's going to face up and get fouled. They're so unselfish. They really do look for each other.
Sonberg picks up the foul. Thompson out. Tyrone Perry in.
I think Fran would really like to see John Brantley contribute more. John is a talented player. He had a great game earlier in the season. Been a little sporadic, but for depth purposes, they really would like to see John start playing well.
Ty Jones will get fouled, and John Brantley said, wait a minute, I think he just fell down. He'll get 3 shots. In fact, even Ty Jones kind of smiled a little bit that he got the call. So Ty with a chance to hit double figures. He has 8. Came in averaging 11.3. He can get right to 11 if he makes them all.
Tell you what, he has got it on a string right now. Very good looking free throw shooter. But you're right about opening up with Colgate. Lafayette's going right into the belly of the beast. Colgate took it on the chin today up at Vermont, but they've got a couple of really good wins on their resume.
They beat your boys.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that was a shocker.
Syracuse.
They go up to the Carrier Dome and beat Syracuse 100-85. So, and I mean, it's not a mirage. That's what they do. I mean, Colgate shoots the 3 as much and as well as Lafayette does. We got a couple of good guys on the inside as well.
Who's your league favorite, John?
Well, at this point, you know, the team that's got my attention is Navy. Navy is playing everybody tough. They lost to Virginia by 3. They've had a couple of good wins, and they play hard. They're such a tough matchup. Boston University is probably the highest-ranked team right now, but I'd say between Boston U, Navy, and Colgate, right now the favorite.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. Navy actually came in with an outstanding team. They have pretty much everybody back.
Well, John Carter is...
And they had a great team last year.
They do.
Just didn't.
Yeah. I mean, John Carter is a 6'3" guard who can just do everything, and we like to use the metaphor. They come at you in waves. They have so many people that Eddie DeChellis brings off the bench, and they just do so many things well. That's too.
Whoa. Whoa.
It was right there.
It was right there. Back of iron by West.
Well, you and I said, whoa, but nobody on the Gwynedd Mercy bench flinched. So, you know, they've seen that before.
He's made 3 of 11 now on the season, so he's made a few of those. Perry. Vervinskis. Oh, he's open again. Perfect? No, his perfection has come to a close.
Great ball movement by Lafayette, though. They really executed well. Look at this.
CJ had made 5 for 5, 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. His first miss.
Well, you get the sense Gwynedd Mercy loves to pass the ball as much as they do shoot the ball. I mean, they try some interesting stuff, but it really kind of underscores their unselfishness. And they're calculated plays. I mean, it's not crazy stuff.
And they're still running everything. They're not changing the way they want to play the game.
And that's why I say, you know, you can tell a lot about a team.
Manny Clark. Another Neil Quinn rebound, his 12th. Ty, no, and we're going to get a foul here.
Probably a little quick for Tyrone that time. I mean, Fran never discourages his players from shooting open threes, but there's certain ones, they're not all created equal, and I think Fran might think that Tyrone shot that one a little too quickly.
Basket did not count. Leo go to the line. Good foul shooter, 88%. He's had a very quiet night so far, just a couple of points.
Chris Rabayo will come in. Neil Quinn having a good night's work tonight.
Makes them both. Leopard 6 for 8 from the foul line. That's a good number. And their lead is 23.
Yeah, there's so much Princeton offense in what they do in the half court.
They really spread the floor. They've done it all night long.
That was seen by Ian Fleming. Ian Fleming was looking for a title, a character for his spy novel that he was writing, and he named him after him, James Bond.
That is a great story. Thank you, Joe, for that.
Big Joe, yeah. There you go. Now, is there an Ian Fleming dormitory? Is there an Ian Fleming?
Probably secretly.
I know, right?
Probably. Yeah.
Come on, man. How about that?
That's really a cool story.
Yeah. Got to be a way to raise some money from that.
Always thinking, John.
Always thinking.
Remember, you're retired.
Sees Parker with the ball, trying to find his way to the bucket. He just can't
he's
get
just
one.
not had a good night for him. Just 2 points. He normally is their leading scorer, putting in 20. Verbinskis, no. Rabayo. He's going to get fouled. This one is going to be on Collins. His second.
Collins kind of looking around. He thought that Rabayo may have pushed him off on that play, but look at the size differential on this inbounds play. It's just really.
This game is just what the doctor ordered for Lafayette. Coming off final exams, 10-day layoff.
Yeah,
come in, run your stuff successfully.
Yep. Well put, Gary. I mean, there's really no way to simulate, putting the uniform on, lacing them up, turning the lights on. The atmosphere is everything. Competition will change a little bit come January 1st, but
now you got to be a little afraid sending them home for a while for the holidays.
Yeah.
Obviously, things are not great in terms of COVID, so you want everybody to stay healthy, get back here healthy, and get through the Patriot League season. That's going to count. That's Parker with a triple, his 31st of the year.
You can almost see the expression on his face, breathe a sigh of relief. Yes, there is a hole up there.
Rabayo trying to work his way into the paint. Fulton to Verbinskis. Verbinskis trying to get it to the hole, has it blocked. Good defensive play that time by Collins.
They really do scratch and claw. When the ball went into Rabayo that time, and Fran will break this down during the film session, it went into Rabayo and everybody became stationary. The other four guys became spectators. Can't do that. If Rabayo's not going to make a move right away, you've got to have somebody to throw the ball to, and you can't be stationary.
John, what will be the protocol now? They'll go home for probably just the Christmas holiday and get back here at least by midweek, if not sooner.
I would think Fran would have them back here probably by Tuesday, and they'll practice Wednesday. And anymore with scholarships, these guys will come from long distances, so it's not as easy as it used to be with the national recruiting.
And some guys will probably take Verbinskis in. He's from Lithuania. Fulton is from Ireland. They're probably not going home.
Makes it tough. Sometimes families will come back and visit Easton and take a look at College Hill. They'll stay for the game. Brantley.
There he is, quick release. Oh, nice rebound. Oh, nice play by Sonberg.
We saw Sonberg have a good, solid start to the season. Fran's going to need, as we talked about, 2 or 3 guys off the bench to give him the kind of quality depth he's going to need during the Patriot League season.
Best game against Columbia this year. That one doesn't go. Jenkins with a rebound. He's had a bunch of those tonight. That's his 7th rebound. Get a foul.
Oh, on the pass that time, they're going to get Keith Otto, I think, on the grab.
It is on Otto. 5th team foul.
There you see it.
Quinn back in, Rabayo out. Special holiday wishes to the LSN crew. They've done a great job. John and I have certainly enjoyed working with them, as the games will now be picked up by the RCN television group. We'll have the Patriot League games with them. A couple of games by the LSN guys, but it has been fun working with all the people, just dedicated to giving you a good product, and they certainly have fulfilled that goal.
Really has been a lot of fun, Gary, and it's been our privilege to, we used to have to kind of come over and watch the game with everybody else before we would pick up with the RCN crew, and now with the advent of LSN doing these games, we get the pleasure of, at least I get the pleasure of working with you. I don't know if
No, it is almost reciprocal. Parker at the line.
I didn't want
88%.
to presume any,
Hey, nothing but fun, John Leone. Jay Vaughn in the game, the senior captain for the Lafayette Leopards. Parker with another. He rarely misses free throws. And as I say that,
yep,
that's one of the rarelies.
Yeah, and it's just been that kind of night for him.
Vaughn loses it.
Ooh, I thought he was going to get called for a carry before the foul, but
Foul's on Brantley. Brantley's picked up 4 fouls in this game.
yeah, how about that?
Lafayette's 8, so they'll be shooting.
You wanted to, Gary. Sometimes you're a player who's trying to find his way, like John Brantley is, and we saw Isaiah Thomas earlier. They're trying to show coach what they can do in game circumstances, and they may be pressing a little more than you would normally think, because this is an opportunity to get some, quality minutes. You're getting 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes at a clip, and you want to show coach that you can get the job done. Maybe there's a little bit of pressing going on there.
Well, Parker's trying to pick up as many points as he can, keep that average up. Just 2 in the first half. He now has 5 in this half. And make it 6. So he has 8 in the ball game. Manny Clark back in, Parker out.
Why not?
Gives it up. Kyle from the corner, no.
Too bad. That was well done by Lafayette. Boy, you see the value of a big guy who can see over people and find open people. That's a shot. I mean, execution-wise, you really want to see Kyle Jenkins knocked down.
Those are the ones that win or lose ball games. You work hard to get that open 3. And Leopards are good at it. They came in shooting 34%. They have put up 9 threes in this ball game.
Wow.
That was quite the shot by Matt O'Connor.
You know he can do that because you don't have to watch him do it twice. Come on, Jay.
He got it. Oh, that was nothing but nylon. Jay Vaughn, his first triple of the season.
The love watching him play locally, high school basketball. There are so many Division III schools in the area that would have loved Haverford, Swarthmore, take your pick. They'd love to have Jay Vaughn. He just wanted to stay home. He wanted to play for Fran O'Hanlon. He wanted to attend Lafayette College, an outstanding student.
And he was made captain because of all the work he does in practice. And when he drops a shot like that, the entire bench leaps off their chairs. That's how much they wish him well. Nice reverse layup by Peebles.
Nice shot by Peebles. Boy, they love getting to the basket.
We've mentioned before, but you can never have too many commercials. Jay has his own business, Vaughn's Lawns. So if you need your lawn cut and you're local, that's the guy.
Well,
oh, not there. Couldn't get it to go.
You have a feeling that the reason these guys get so excited for Jay is they all know they'll be working for him someday.
There you go. Oh, what a play by Vaughn. You have half your attention.
John Sabino,
Brown's currently in last place in their division.
1 game out. And Sabino, our director, that is really strange right there.
What was that?
Fran's kind of looking at Kyle like, what's going on? John Sabino, our director, is a diehard Colts fan, and of course he's taking every opportunity to rib me. It is a great time of year, though. It really is, Gary. It's Patriot League season on the horizon, and oh, so it wasn't.
So it was about whether or not it was a hard foul. That's what they were looking at. They determined it was not.
A little more significant than.
Oh, nice steal by Vaughn.
Such a smart player. We had so much fun watching him. As we said, at Central Catholic, you knew he was a coach on the court in high school. And
played for a real good program. Eastern Pennsylvania Conference, one of the best in Pennsylvania.
Boy, they are moving the ball nicely. Nothing there, but
I think they're working on their last second shot offense. They spent a lot of time looking at the clock. Well, we got to have something here. It's going to count. Basket will be good by Rabayo. His first field goal of the game. And on the fifth bunch, the fifth budge, they called the foul.
Well, you know, Gary, they took a while to do it, but for 28, 29 seconds, that was really good offense.
Yeah.
The ball went to the right spots.
And I think that's exactly what Fran wanted to work on.
You know, and again, we talked about Gwynedd Mercy and how disciplined they are. You know, the sign of a good team is there's no such thing as garbage time. If you're on the floor, you play the game one way. You play the game right. Play it against the game. The game commands that you do certain things, and you saw it right there. There's a 20-point lead. The game's not in doubt. Lafayette executes perfectly.
But as John often says, respect for the game. Tyrone Perry forces that turnover. They've now turned it over 10 times. Way outside, quick release does not fall for Isaiah Thompson. Isaiah gets it back, pretty move, can't go. Oh, tip in by Rabayo.
Nice job by Chris Rabayo. We talked about him coming on, kind of forced into action with the absence of Sean Good, and Chris Rabayo is growing into his role.
Nice play, good move by Parker, up and in. And we're going to get a timeout down on the floor. 71-48. We'll call a timeout on this floor from us. Stay with us. We are back. It will be Lafayette basketball. A little full court pressure now by the Griffins. Everybody's working on everything.
That's exactly what that timeout was designed to do. You saw them set it up, and this is all preparation for their conference season, and it's good for Lafayette because they're going to have to handle pressure.
Mentioned earlier, this game will not count against the Griffins' season record, and it will for Lafayette. Perry, up and in. Tyrone, another good night. It seems quiet, but he's got 13.
Well, you know, we've seen some great guards come through here, Gary, and last year in particular with E.J. Stevens and Justin Jaworski. Aziz deep, can't get it to go. But, you know, through all of their numbers and all of their great play, the guy who led this team in minutes played was Tyrone Perry. The value of a great leader, a point guard. Get Devin Hines into the game.
6'4" freshman out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Devin came in with good credentials. Hasn't seen a great deal of playing time. So it's good to see him in the lineup. He's going to go to the foul line after getting fouled.
Devin is an example of a young man who has to figure it out at this level and figure it out under Coach O'Hanlon's system. The talent, the ability is there. He had 6 quick points up in the Carrier Dome, and he's shown flashes. But Fran O'Hanlon has a plan that you have to fit yourself into. And once the light bulb goes on for this young man, he's got a chance. But that's a requisite that can't be overstated.
Now 3 for 4 from the foul line this year. And we get another whistle. Tyrone Perry picks up his second personal foul. And at the foul line, Manny Clark. Clark had a double-double this year against Arcadia. He's 13th in the conference in scoring, number 7 in the conference in steal. Leads the team with 18 of them. And gets 11.5 points a game. So far tonight he has 8.
Well, that steal statistic does not surprise me at all. He is a dynamo. He's so quick. He'll guard anybody on the floor. He'll go after every loose ball. Look at that rebound by Aziz. Or, I'm sorry, that was Spencer.
That one up and it won't drop. Taken by Spencer. It'll stay with the Griffins. And we're going to get a immediate timeout. This one is ready to go into the record book for Lafayette. Not so much for Gwynedd Mercy. Stay with us. There are always a lot of interesting things that go on during commercial break. And this one is a putting contest.
Oh, he pulled that one.
And you missed the first 2. They came very close to going into that hole. They insist that I stay in my seat and not go out there and putt. Otherwise, what would I win?
That's a gimme for you.
You
you knocked that one away. That was one of Bernie Fitzgerald's. If you were with us early on, we talked about the associate head coach, a Lafayette graduate, Bernie Fitzgerald. He brought Dave Buck, his buddy, and about 10 or 12 other guys, and that was one of them. So little Lafayette contingent supporting their classmate and friend. Got him out there for the putting contest. And, Gary, I know you're chomping at the bit to get out there.
Under 4 minutes to play now. Pull-up jump shot by Shane Ford doesn't go. They've gotten their share of second chance opportunities for guys that are undersized. Manny Clark gets it, puts it up and in. He's got 10 points.
How many rebounds does he have?
Manny Clark has, they say here, he's got 6.
How about 5'10"? Maybe. That's a program height.
Vaughn kicks it out. Brantley will knock down a triple.
Lafayette did a nice job executing. Look at this little guard combination. You've got Vaughn, you've got Hines.
Boom, that one is
Clark
dropped
again.
by Clark.
And Brantley. So Fran, for these last 3 minutes, going to see how these young guys can execute the offense. It's a chance for, I want to see Devin Hines do some good things here.
Oh, he had a little step back there. He's going to work his way for a step back and come up short. And we're going to get a foul here, I think, on Verbinskis.
Let's go, Jay. Let's go forward. Yeah. Let's go, Jay.
Be his third. And we'll send a Griffin to the foul line. There'll be a 2-shot foul for Donovan Spencer, who is 2 for 4 from the line, has 4 points, none in the second half.
Oh, the rotation.
Yeah, I guess.
Friendly roll.
Ryan Zambi in the lineup for Lafayette out of Plano, Texas. Ryan 6'3", he's a sophomore. Second one is dropped.
When Ryan Zambi signed, Fran sent me a note, and Ryan's dad sent Fran a letter that he got from Lafayette back in 1981 from an assistant coach named John Leone. It was pretty funny.
So that's someone that actually did come despite your influence? Or?
No, I just sent him a letter.
Oh, all right.
It was a letter. He decided to go elsewhere. I don't know where Mr. Zambi went, but if you check in.
Well, there you go. You lost another one.
I lost another one. I know.
Rubio at the line. He's got 5 points tonight, 1 shy of his career high, so he can tie it right here. Played for Puerto Rico's under-19 team.
Yeah, he's had to play a little earlier and a little more than Fran O'Hanlon usually likes to bring these big kids along. You know, you got to be patient in this, learning the system and the nuances of it. But with the absence of Sean Good, Chris Rubio was forced into action. He's had some moments. He's been force-fed, but he's responded well. Clark is so quick.
Got to reach in here. I think it's going to be on either Zambi or Hines. It's Zambi.
It's like to guard him man-to-man for 40 minutes.
No. No thanks.
Wow. They have a lot of pieces, does John Barron, for their league season coming up. I expect that they will be at or near the top again.
Well, he gets them in the playoffs every year. Manny makes them both. Manny now with 14 points.
But to your point earlier, Gary, I think this was such a great, it's a very good game for Lafayette. You know, it's exactly what the doctor ordered. They got a chance to put on the uniform and get back into game mode.
Double team, and it's not broken. Thrown away. Turnover Lafayette. Grant has gotten everybody in the ball game. Rebound Rabayo, and again they don't bring the ball down on these guys.
No, they are all over it. They never quit.
Zambi end to end, kicks it out. Nice play, good pass. And we're going to get a foul. The basket will count for Isaiah Thompson.
But that was a great find by Isaiah. I mean,
By Zambi.
I am Zambi. Look at the dribble penetration. Keeps his head up, and he knows exactly where Thompson is, and Isaiah does a nice job finishing.
Give Isaiah credit, too, to going to the basket when he saw that play. And it paid off. Can he get a three-point play? He can.
Made himself available, and Ryan found him.
He's 5 for 5 from the foul line this season. Now Lafayette with a little man-to-man, token pressure. Under 2 minutes to go. We will have, of course, our post-game show presented by the Maroon Club and our player of the game presented by Coca-Cola. All that coming up before we end our 2021. Sometimes you wonder why somebody doesn't play, and very often it's because of their defense, not so much their offense. Coaches want people to play defense first. There you go. There you go. Devin Hines with, would you call that a jam? I don't know if he got up quite high enough.
Economical style.
Okay. Drive, and we get a foul. Nice move by Isaiah. So the young ones showing some spunk.
Another great quote from Fran. Potential is no credential, and you know it's wasted talent is like a proverb, and it's all the little things it takes to play at this level. And guys come from high school, and their talent, they think their talent is their ticket. But once you get here, everybody's got talent.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
That was nice.
Yeah.
Well, my only complaint was I never got on the floor with Tom Bunstein. We played the same
Yeah,
position.
is that right?
And we just never got on the floor together. I didn't quite understand why.
Well,
I could have made him a good player.
Well, from what I've heard, is he may never have seen the ball because neither one of you like to pass it. Apparently, you'd have to play with two balls, and it doesn't work that way.
I was for that. I had no problem. Final 50 seconds.
Don't over dribble.
Somebody's got to shoot it. Shoot it.
It was
That
right
would have been
there.
sweet if that would have dropped. It did not. That one does. Nice arc by Shane Ford. That's his 5th triple of the year. They're now 5 for 28 from beyond the arc. That's 18%. Not their norm.
No. And they lead their league annually, and not only 3 points attempted, but 3 points made. And once again, speed of the game at this level just a little bit different.
Can Ryan Zambi get his first point of the season? And might it be his first career point? I'm going to have to do a little research, Mr. Leon.
Are we on in Plano, Texas? I believe we are. Mr. Zambi's
We're
watching.
all over the world.
I know. How about it? Come on, Ryan. Stay in there.
He has not made a point yet as a Lafayette basketball player.
Got good form right there. Technique is perfect. This one's going in.
I watched him shoot before games, and he's a pretty good shooter.
Got it back. How about that one?
Stampy, no.
Boy, he pressed on it.
Oh, wow, he got up too. Nice job by Hines. He got way up and then got hammered.
He wasn't going to try to dunk that thing, was he? Oh, my goodness.
Well, he was above the rim. Take a look. Well,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Well, that's called attacking the rim for sure.
Foul on Shane Ford. Devin looking for his 4th point. Will not drop. Got that one.
He knew it. Final 25. Clark.
Time to pop him up. Good hustle. I think they'll get a foul on Thompson.
I think we get Rabayo. Oh, no, you're right. It was Thompson.
That might be the most insignificant foul of the
There
game.
you go. You waited. And the one previously, it was not insignificant at all because they were looking for
I was looking for the
Yeah.
first points for Ryan Zambi.
There you go.
Spencer 4 for 6 from the line, 6 points. Hey, let's come back for 22 and do this all over again. I'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy it.
Everything changes, right, Gary? I mean, it's for real. It's the Patriot League season. We talked about the challenging schedule that Lafayette has played. And Fran told me in the preseason, he said, we're going to be a work in progress. And this is going to be something that he thinks that over time they're going to get better and better.
Oh, we'll get a little dribbling exhibition as the final seconds wind down. It'll be the Leopards 87, 66 over the Griffins. Lafayette